What exactly is market making?
You need to be able to price asset, and that's the most complicated about it.
So how exactly do market makers
Yeah,
make
and
money?
I mean, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Steve, the right way to pronounce your name?
Yeah, it is.
Steve? Okay.
Steve. Steave.
Okay. So, market making.
Yeah.
What exactly is market making?
I get that question so many times, and it's not as easy to be able to define it exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start with a definition and try to give a simple example so
Okay.
people can understand. So market making, as per definition, is making market, right? What does that mean, right?
Yeah.
It's just about building market. And what is building market? It means when you look at a market, let's say a financial market, one thing you always want to see that there is depth. By depth, I mean there are orders. You can buy, you can sell. There is a spread, meaning the difference between the buy and the sell is not that big.
Yes.
So market making is actually providing that liquidity, keeping the difference between the buy and the sell tight, which is the spread. And it comes down to pricing, right? So to be able to do that, you need to be able to price asset. And that's, I think, the most complicated about it. So market making is about efficiently pricing asset in order to keep market sustainable with a tight spread. But I sometimes take a very simple example. Let's assume you have two markets, right? There is one market in London and one market in Brussels, right? Everything digitally connected. In the market in Brussels, you can buy waffles, right? But in London, you can also buy waffles. And you imagine in London, there is less supply of waffle than in Brussels, right? So the market in London might be a little bit less furnished, right? Because there's not a lot of waffle. But if there is demand, a market maker can come in and basically make sure by connecting Brussels and London that there is enough waffle to buy and sell,
Okay.
make sure that the stock is there is activity that people can actually buy and sell when they want, and that the price when someone buy or sell is, not that crazy. Like you can buy and sell without losing them that much money, right? But of course, it's not exactly the right example with buying and selling waffles, but I'm trying just to give an example so people can understand what it comes out.
So a market maker is responsible for making sure people have access to participate in the market.
Absolutely.
And of course, market makers need to make money. So how exactly do market makers make
and
money?
thanks for that recap. People can they allow people to participate in the market, and that at any time, right? Like you
Yes.
could access the market at any time because you want to make sure that the market is always active, right? People can access at any time. And how the market maker make money, they take a very little commission on every transaction. So it's mostly, how do you say that, like a transaction and volume activity, right? But of course, everything has to be organic, and you need to price and try to get a little margin from all the transactions you do. That's mostly how you do. I mean, for delta neutral market maker, which is basically trying to keep the neutrality. If you buy, you sell,
Yeah.
and not taking directional exposure, because different firms could be market making, but in a very prop way, which then they take a directional, could be long or short. But delta neutral market making is really taking a little commission while making the market on every transaction to
Okay.
keep that efficiency into the markets.
So in a Web3 market making company, do you have more TradFi guys or more DeFi guys?
We have a mix of both,
Okay.
because there is no such thing as a market making in Web3 if it doesn't comes from Web2, right?
Okay,
Like
right.
it's just kind of the same principle that apply from Web2 to Web3.
Yeah.
DeFi is this new primitive where a lot of Web2 financial paradigm are applied as well, but in a more decentralized and trustless and permissionless way, right?
Yeah.
But you still need those brains, you still need those quantitative people to price, people to understand the dynamic, and to basically allow this transaction to happen. So we definitely have a mix. We have degens, if I can call it like that, and then we have like really TradFi guys that are still working on the algorithmic side.
And your ideal clients, who are they?
So we work a lot with exchanges, token issuers. So we support them into centralized exchanges for keeping the market sustainable.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we've noticed that building a sustainable market actually builds trust into the ecosystem, right? Like if you have a utility token, you can always exit and enter your position without losing too much. That's, always something that is very attractive for the ecosystem. We work a lot with exchanges, when they have markets such as BTC or ETH market, they want us to support, because those are basically, like listed by the initiative, but they need that depth, that efficiency in the market. So we work with them, and with a lot of DeFi protocol. We help and work actually with a lot of perp decks,
Yeah.
EVM based, or some of them audible based, even if the gas question might still be tricky. But yeah, those are like kind of our clientele and the ideal clients we want to work with.
And we use Keyrock as the name of the company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is actually a key, key, and a rock for the strength. So Keyrock.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you weren't working in the market making industry, what do you think you'd be doing?
If I was to work in the market making industry,
If you were not working in
if I was not,
yeah.
I think maybe, and still in Web3.
Anything. Yeah, maybe Web3, maybe robotics.
Like I'm an electrical engineer by training, so maybe in electric, but I also love DJing, so
Oh, nice.
and
Sound
still-
engineer.
Yeah, it's still one of my dreams, maybe down the line I record an album somewhere, so
You can DJ for me. Oh,
Oh,
that's
exactly. Oh, thank you so much. Web3 Taxi.
okay.
I have to pay
That was so synchronized.